Luka for AD. The trade that makes no sense. The NBA world was stunned when Luka Dončić was traded for Anthony Davis. Think about that for a second. Luka isn't just another all-star, he's 25 years old, entering his prime, a perennial MVP candidate and one of the most marketable players in the world. Since entering the league, he's been the cornerstone of the Mavericks' identity. Fans idolize him, the team was built around him. So why trade him for 31-year-old Anthony Davis? A player who, while talented, is often injured and arguably past his best years? Davis misses dozens of games every season and hasn't carried a team on his own in years. Luka had just led Dallas to the NBA Finals. That's not someone you let go lightly. This move wasn't just bold, it was irrational, and that's where the alarm bells start ringing. Something bigger is going on here. Something that has nothing to do with on-court performance. Asterisk the coffee shop lie. $1 billion deal over lattes? According to Mavericks GM Luka Harrison, the trade began as a casual chat over coffee with Lakers GM Rob Pelinka. Yes, he actually said this. That one of the biggest trades in NBA history, a move involving a global superstar, started with a lighthearted "would you ever?" conversation. That's not how billion-dollar decisions are made. That's not how teams evaluate franchise-altering moves. The craziest part. Harrison admitted he didn't even tell head coach Jason Kidd about the trade. No consultation, no team-wide discussions, just two guys chatting over lattes, supposedly reshaping the future of two franchises. This isn't just unprofessional, it's suspicious. The casual explanation doesn't add up, especially given the magnitude of the decision. If true, it's borderline negligent. If false, it's a cover story, and the real reasons are being kept hidden. Asterisk no market testing. That's criminal. Negligence. Let's be clear. If Luka Dončić was truly on the market, there would have been a frenzy. Teams would have thrown everything at Dallas, picks, stars, future assets, cap relief, just for a shot at him. The Gobert trade alone showed what a desperate team will pay for a defensive big man. Luka is worth exponentially more, but Dallas never opened the bidding. No league-wide discussions, no leaks to the media. They didn't even seem to consider the possibility of a larger deal. Instead, they went straight to the Lakers, made a one-on-one trade, and moved on. That's not just poor management, it's suspicious. Why wasn't the market tested? Why no auction for one of the NBA's brightest stars? Because maybe the goal wasn't to get the best deal. Maybe it was to get this deal. A 20-year relationship that smells fishy. Let's talk about Luka Harrison and Rob Pelinka. These two aren't just colleagues, they've known each other for over 2 decades. Both come from Nike, both have deep business ties. So now ask yourself, does it make sense that such a massive trade just happened to go through between two longtime friends? With no competing offers, with no oversight? The NBA is a business, and like any business, personal relationships can influence professional decisions. But when you're dealing with a generational player like Luka, every detail should be scrutinized. Instead, this trade was quietly agreed upon, behind closed doors, between two old buddies. That's not transparency, that's cronyism, and if this deal benefits both of them personally or financially, then the question becomes, who really won? Asterisk LeBron was blindsided. Yeah, right. According to reports, LeBron James found out about the Luka trade during dinner with his family. That he was surprised and still processing the news. Come on. This is LeBron James. He's been the unofficial GM of every team he's been on. He handpicked coaches, he orchestrated rosters. He literally blocked the DeRozan trade. In favor of Westbrook, nothing happens in Lakerland without his approval, or at the very least, his knowledge. So now we're supposed to believe he didn't know his team was about to land Luka Dončić? That he wasn't involved in the planning? No chance. The idea that he was blindsided is laughable. Fans know better. This wasn't a surprise, it was calculated. It's just that nobody expected them to admit it. Nike's hidden hand. Behind the curtain, one of the most compelling theories is that Nike had a hand in the deal. Luka is a huge Nike athlete. He sells sneakers, apparel, and has a growing global following. Now imagine him in Los Angeles, the media capital of the world. Bigger audience, bigger market, bigger brand. That's a goldmine for Nike, and here's the kicker. Nika Harrison worked at Nike for 19 years. He knows the playbook, he knows the goals. Some believe he still has financial ties to the company, stocks, incentives, backroom deals. If helping Nike strengthen its position means pushing Luka to LA, and that leads to future rewards for Harrison, then we've moved way beyond basketball. This is corporate manipulation at its finest, and Luka's career is caught in the middle. A sinister plan to move the Mavs to Vegas. Now let's go deeper. What if this trade wasn't just about the Lakers, but about leaving Dallas entirely? The new Mavericks ownership group has strong roots in Las Vegas. Some fans believe their ultimate goal is to relocate the team. But how do you make that happen? You start by sabotaging your fan base. You trade the franchise player, fans get angry, attendance drops, and suddenly there's a need to move. That's the same playbook used by the Oakland A's. This isn't speculation, it's a pattern, and it's happening right now in Dallas. Luka was the glue. Remove him and the foundation collapses. Then the owners can say, see? We need a fresh start in Vegas. The Vegas play. More than just a city move, Vegas isn't just any city. It's the crown jewel of sports expansion. The NFL is there. The NHL is thriving. The NBA wants in, but for a team to relocate or be born there, something dramatic needs to shift. Luka to the Lakers, that's drama, that's ratings, that's attention. And conveniently, it makes the Mavericks less relevant, easier to move. Plus, remember LeBron's words, his dream is to own a Vegas NBA team. Now he's teamed up with Luka, revenue explodes. The market heats up, and suddenly the league is ready to expand. This isn't basketball. This is empire building. Fans aren't stupid. They see the patterns, fans are connecting the dots, and they're angry. They've seen owners do this before, threaten to move unless they get a new arena, demand public money, attach casinos to stadium deals. And when they don't get their way, they tank the team. It's business blackmail, and trading Luka was the first domino. No superstar, no support, the team fails, the arena empties. And now the owners have no choice but to move. It's happened before, and it's happening again. Except this time, it's not Oakland, it's Dallas. And fans are watching it unravel in real time. The truth. This was never about basketball when you add it all up. The shady timing, the quiet deal, the corporate ties, the relocation rumors. One thing becomes clear. This was never about building a championship team. It was about money, power, politics. Luka wasn't traded for Anthony Davis. He was traded for influence, for branding, for long-term revenue. Fans were deceived. The basketball world was distracted. And Luka became the sacrificial lamb. This isn't just a bad trade. It's a blueprint for how business can destroy sports. And if fans don't speak up now, this won't be the last time.